my throat for the last few hours, so I've been having to just kind of like clear my throat a lot. So I apologize if that happens in the stream. I'll try my best to mute myself. See there, I had to do it once. You can keep a counter of them maybe. Just kidding. But yeah, I've just been having this weird little scratchy thing in my throat the last few hours. So that's kind of just been aggravating. So if I have to cough or anything, or have to go on mute really quickly just to do that, I apologize in advance. I'm so excited that we are finally wrapping up this story, and I wanted to get this done sooner, but as some of you may know, if you're following me on social media, I had a big announcement and a big release. I had a song that was on my Grace Under Fire mixtape last year get extended and come out in a new version that is on all digital streaming platforms. It's called How They Do, and I put out an accompanying music video to it that has gotten some really, really great reviews. I'm so grateful for all the support it's received since I released it. So if you have not checked it out, please go check it out. I put it in the chat on Twitch. I will put it in the description box on YouTube. Definitely my best music video yet. I'm so proud of it. I work with Succession to make it happen, and they've been amazing in supporting it and helping bring it to life. So please go check it out. I'm really proud of it. It's my latest baby. And the song, the How They Do extended version, is available on all digital streaming platforms. So please feel free to go check that out. If you would like to go purchase it, it's available on iTunes. Every little bit helps, whether you're streaming, sharing, purchasing, watching the video, commenting on the video. That really helps me with algorithms, commenting on posts, sharing posts on my Instagram or on Twitter. So please, I really appreciate any and all support possible. It really helps me to push my music forward and to do more with it. So with that being said, that was really kind of the big thing that I was working on. And I actually, the week of the release, I was thinking of just doing this episode and getting it over with. But I was like, you know what? I'm so busy working on a lot of content. There's actually more content coming for it. So please stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed to me on YouTube, not only at the Zachariah XP, but at Zachariah Highgate. There's some more content coming for it that's really cute. I think people will like. So that's coming next week. That's a nice little teaser. But I'm really, really excited for that. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to lower these headsets. How do I do this? These headsets I use have two volume controls, one for the volume and for the mic, and I always worry is am I going to press the right one? Sorry about that. So yeah, that was just a big thing, and with so much going on with that, I really just was really hyper focused on getting that done and getting that done well. So now that it's out, I was like, okay, you know what, I really want to get this game done. And then I've had a pretty busy week, so I wanted to do this sooner. I didn't have the chance. I'm finally having the chance to sit down and play it, and I'm ready to wrap up this game. I'm excited to see how it concludes, and I have a lot of thoughts that I want to share. With that being said, I wanted to talk about something that is really recent, that has come out within the last few days. And it's funny because I was doing so much and posting so much on my Zachariah Highgate Instagram account, and doing so much for How They Do and some of the stuff we're working on behind the scenes right now. I hadn't really been on my gaming Instagram channel, the Zachariah EXP, in a while. And when I went to post that I was doing the episode today, one of the the posts that first came up at the top of that timeline on that account was from Telltale, who the creators of this game series. They recently put out a message just a few days ago, publicly, basically saying they've had to let some people go, I guess from their teams because of changes in infrastructure, and that was definitely alarming as, an OG Telltale fan. I think anybody who is from that era when they, really first blew up and became this big thing. And I've been talking about that, I feel like throughout this playthrough, just my thoughts on Telltale and the things that have happened. And so, as an OG fan, I think any other fans who have been through that journey, it's a little triggering, because that in the past really, really spelled out and foreshadowed the downfall of Telltale. So when I first saw it, I was kind of concerned. I'm like, that doesn't sound good. And so I did do some research, though, because I like to be informed, and I was like, let me just see. And from what I'm hearing, it's kind of like an industry thing going on. There's other developers and kind of big companies and corporations that are laying off people in the video game sphere and the developing world and the developer world, and it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, this is not something I've probably ever said publicly, but I've always loved graphic design, and when I was young, I really wanted to design video games, and it's something I still would absolutely love to do. I would love to be involved, especially on the writing side. I would love to be like a script writer, or someone who's like a story writer and like kind of brings, a story together for a video game, and then helps kind of develop, all the writing around, like different items or weapons, and I'm probably using the wrong term and I apologize, but kind of like a story, someone who helps build and create the world building as well as the story of the characters. And like, I would love to be all up in that, especially on the writing side. I think the coding side, it's not that I can't do it, that's a little more difficult, but in terms of even design, I would love to do that, be designing the fashion outfits or the places or the landscapes, and like, really pushing for like diverse and different characters and stories. Like, that's absolutely still something I would want to do. But you see the industry a lot, especially as someone who is a gamer, because we're affected by it too. Like, when games are delayed or games are canceled or games look really cool, but then the final product doesn't look like that, and then you find out so much stuff. And I feel like, especially in the recent years, I could be wrong, this is my experience with gaming, I feel like in the last few years we've seen a lot of like, whistleblowers that have come out and said things about these gaming companies that people don't know about. If you're not working in that world, you're not in that sphere, you're not in that industry. Like, yes, I'm a consumer of that industry, but that doesn't mean I know all the inner workings and what people are going through to create these games, and sometimes kind of the mistreatment and some of the discrimination, and sometimes the work environments that are either hostile or toxic or really draining and unfulfilling. So there's a lot of layers there. So, unfortunately, when you hear something like that and like the history of Telltale, like it doesn't come off as a good sign. But I did hear that it was happening elsewhere in the industry. I do recognize there's inflation. There's a lot going on. I mean, you see the prices of video games going up. You see how things are happening. I know with the PlayStation Plus, some people were worried about that. I don't use that, so it didn't affect me. But I know some people felt like the subscriptions were going up, and that's a concern. And there's people defending the new prices of video games being higher. And I mean, this totally different conversation. But just to say, there's a lot going on across the board within the industry. And so once I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe it's not the biggest worry, but obviously they're a smaller team, so them losing a few people versus a giant mega corporation losing a few people is very different. There's a relative idea there, of how that can hurt them versus how it impacts like a bigger corporation. So it's still a concern. I think my thoughts on it, I think a lot of people have kind of talked about the fact that, and this kind of goes into my next point, a lot of people have talked about the fact that, Telltale came back with this game, The Expanse, and the reception maybe hasn't been amazing across the board, and I have seen that. I think I've also expressed that to you all, like, that there's definitely ways they can make it better, for sure. I do think, there's more that can be done, for sure. And I think that, with this game in particular, and I want to finish it first before I really share my final thoughts, but, I think the people saying they maybe should have come in with The Wolf Among Us 2 first as a game, as opposed to this new IP with The Expanse. I think there's merit to that. I think with Telltale, I think a concern that I've always had, and I think I've shared it on this channel, is just the idea of the kind of the chasing the hottest shows or the new media. And I think, unfortunately, I find it's just really not sustainable. I feel like with even shows, like, you could have a giant show one day and like it gets canceled tomorrow, you know what I mean? And like, or you could, have a existing culture that's really, has a cult following and has like a lot of like, support and like fanfare and like media attention, and like something could happen and it may just go under, or people may view it in a different way because something comes out about it. So, when you kind of like, and I don't want to say this because I'm not a game developer and I'm not in that world, and I would like to be in that world, so I'm not trying to listen to Telltale if you listen, and I love y'all, I'm grateful for y'all, but being honest, I think about the fact that you just have this kind of working culture of going and investing in these new IPs with different shows and media, and of course they've had, I mean, extremely like an extreme amount of success with like The Walking Dead. Like, absolutely, like, you can't deny that. I think the Batman series is really popular. I really want to dive into that as well. I'm looking into how we can do that. But that's another one I think people really want to see back. I never played those, but a lot of people want to see that back. A lot of people want to see The Wolf Among Us back. I'm one of those people too, because the first one was really great. So people feel maybe they should have started with that. I feel like maybe they wanted to spend more time refining that one. That was my thought process or opinion on that, or like, hypothesis on why that's taking a while. But I do understand why them coming back with this was a little concerning. It was concerning for me too, and I think I've already shared on this channel and in this playthrough that I think they really need to invest in an original IP, and really go from there. Use some of the tools and characteristics from the different games you guys have already done, because they've put so much original content onto these different programs. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I want to make this comparison. I don't want anyone to take it the wrong way, but like, it kind of sometimes reminds me of really kind of when I was starting out as an artist, and I did a lot of remixes because I came up in the era that was very much like, I grew up listening to music from the 90s, but my musical creation period really started around the mixtape area in like 2008, 2009, when I started really consuming that mixtape era music, and it culminated eventually in other things that ended up becoming me starting to make music myself. And when you come from that, it's very different than artists nowadays, because they don't really want to do like remixes. They'll do it once in a while, but if it's not something that's going to be on streaming platforms as well, and they're part of that, like, artists don't do that the same way anymore. I feel like a lot of, even some of us, there's a very few independent artists that I know that are still doing it the way it used to be done in the mixtape era. So when I think about that, I think about the fact that I really invested in those remixes and really put a lot of thought and effort in. I'm like, if I had put that same effort into more original songs, like, what would my discography look like now? I'm building it. How They Do is out now. But I just think about, I see that same kind of like, you're chasing that next thing, but when you're chasing it and you spend all that time working on it, making it great, by the time it comes out, that moment may have passed, and so, or that moment just may not be what it was when you had the idea or when you were working on the idea. So I don't want to say it's a one-for-one kind of situation, but it reminds me of that in the sense that I know what that feeling is like, where you're so excited about going into all these different directions, but then when it comes back to how you kind of all bring it all together, and what is your legacy, what's the imprint there, then that's a little bit different. Because even now, when people really want to check out my discography, on if they don't really use SoundCloud or AudioMac, or maybe they're not on YouTube Music, maybe they only listen on Spotify or Apple Music, I don't have a huge amount of music. I've created a lot of music in my life. A lot of that music's not on digital streaming platforms. So it kind of feels like that with Telltale a little bit. Like, they have all these different things, but like, what is really lasting? What are people replaying and really consuming consistently, And so it's sad to see. I really hope that this is not going to be largely impactful on where they go next. But I think some of the concerns with The Expanse are fair, and I think they are valid. And I mean, me personally, I think I've enjoyed the game, and we'll talk about it more later. I've enjoyed the game, but I think there's elements of it that I wasn't as into, and I see people online saying, hey, I got into it, but I really wasn't looking forward to the ending. And I'm not saying I had a very busy schedule. I had a lot of other things to do, but it wasn't something where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so busy, but we got to finish this because it's gripping, and it's there's so much going on, and I want to see how it ends. I want to see what happens. Like, I didn't feel that way. And that's not, if the goal is to have an episodic thing that brings people back every week or every 2 weeks or whatever, and players aren't feeling really like they want to come back, and they're getting episodes consistently, like, that's not, I don't think that's a great sign. So I'm happy I supported this game. I'm happy I got to play it with you all. I do wish Telltale the best, and I really do hope that, especially the Wolf Among Us 2, I really feel like people are really waiting for that based on what I've seen. So I really hope that not only comes back, but that it's worth the wait, because I feel like at this point that would also be harmful if it comes back and it's not really what people expect. Or let's say the first episode's 2-3 hours and the rest are like an hour and a half, like kind of what we kind of have seen a little bit of with The Expanse. That would just be disappointing, and I would hate for people not to support, again, these diverse stories that are so important and that are really portrayed really well. And I think there's a lot of sensitivity that goes into a lot of them. So it's disappointing when this is important, impactful work that's going unnoticed, not to an extent, and then also being, not received in the best way, but by the cult fans that have stuck out all this time and really want to see them do well. So hopefully, you know, we're gonna see a turnaround. But I did want to talk about that because it came up on my feed, and I think it's important to be mindful of the landscape, you know, especially as gamers, as people who like watching people game, you know. It's these things that impact the games that we do get, the games that we do receive, you know. And again, I feel like these diverse stories are important, and I still don't feel like there is a lot of outlets that are really hyping that up, encouraging that, you know, pushing for diverse stories, pushing for different kinds of characters. And there's a lot of people in the gaming community, I mean, this whole other conversation, but there's a lot of people in the gaming community, they don't want to see that. So you have a pushback from the majority audience. So you're like, okay, if we do this, it's only going to reach a certain amount of people, but we got to make quotas and we got to make money. And at the end of the day, this is a business. So that's impacted. So it's a lot. So you want to support. I want to support that. I want to support diverse stories. I want to support new media. I want to support change in storytelling, in writing, in character development. I want to support that. I want to see people that look like me in these games. So I want to support that. I want to support it with my money. But if the experience isn't great and it doesn't feel like, you know, it's worth my money, I can still say, you know what, I'm glad I invested. I supported it. Other people aren't going to feel that way. So it's challenging. It's challenging. They are coming back. They're trying to get, you know, and unfortunately, I feel like for them, I think maybe for the next game, they really got to come out swinging. Like, if it's Wolf Among Us 2 or it's something else, it needs to be like bang on from jump and just really hit the ground running and have people on the edge of their seats, because I feel like that's what they need and that's what they had. So those are my thoughts on that. We'll see how this final episode goes. The last thing I want to say before we begin is that at the end of the stream, I will be announcing the new game that we will be playing next. I am super duper excited. I actually don't know when we're starting it. We might actually start it sooner than I was thinking because I kind of really want to jump into it. But we'll see. I got an action-packed schedule. I have lots to do. If I can get some other things done sooner than later, I will jump on it and we will get into it because I'm really, really excited to play it. And it took a lot of, like, you know, I had to think over it for quite a bit. You know, there's a lot of deliberation. Like, I just was like, I want to play this game, but there's another game. It was down to like 2 games, and I really wanted to play both, but I think this game is, sorry, my ear is itching. I think this game really is perfect for fall, perfect for autumn. I think you guys will enjoy it. I'm excited to play it. I purchased it a long time ago, actually, to play for streaming, and then never got around to it because there was so much going on. And I felt it deserved a certain time period to play it in. Like, I needed the right timing, and I feel like the right timing is now. So we will be announcing that at the end of the stream. Without further ado, let us get into Europa's Folly, Episode 5.
You lead. Must be down there.
Roma?
I mean, really, what was he gonna do?
This one is scared. He's shaking like a baby koya.
Don't kill him!
You do it.
Oh no. So if I say no need, he's gonna do it. Can you just knock him out? Oh god, this is hard. I'll say no need.
He's not worth it. Just lock him in the breach pod.
No. We always kill the first one.
Oh no.
Fair warning to the rest. Use your night boots. Crush his skull and be done with it.
Yo, I do not know what got in my throat. It's so annoying. Oh, I apologize. Oh no. There has to be a way that she can get away with this and not kill him. Come on.
No, please. Drama, don't. I saved you from Arlen.
I know. But you let Maya die.
I never wanted Maya to die.
Oh, damn. Already! We're hit with a decision already. I don't. We already saved him. I'm not killing him. I'm sorry. I can't kill him. I mean, if he dies from someone else, that's the problem. But I can't. I already saved him in an earlier episode. We are going to fight back. No, we can't do this. We can't kill him. I can't do it. Get him! Get him! Get him! Oh, come on, drummer. Come on.
Drummer's turned. Ready, back up.
Oh, great. Okay, get up, man. You gotta help us. Oh, great. We're screwed, Loki.
Drama, I need help.
Why do they keep showing camera footage like this? Like, who's watching us? Oh, and side note, I've heard so much good feedback or good, like, positive reviews of the Separate Ways Resident Evil 7 DLC. Oh my gosh, I want to play it so badly. I haven't even played 7 yet, but 7. I haven't played the 4 remake, but I want to play it so bad.
Open the door.
Captain, you're alive?
She's
I
just
hooked him
smart.
up to the other dock. He seems stable, but he needs attention.
We should check his vitals then.
Uh-oh, you okay, Virgil?
What's wrong?
They're gonna take me away. The pirates, they'll turn me over to the UNN or the OPA. Once they take the ship, they'll...
If they take the ship, we can fight them off, but we need... the OPA. Why would they want you?
There's a portion of my military history that I failed to disclose before. An operation that I took part in. The OPA has a standing kill order for any soldier that was present on...
Anderson Station.
I understand your anger.
Do you?
Oh, okay.
You were at Anderson fucking Station! You were a soldier in the greatest massacre in the history of the belt, and you hid it from me! Gah! Give me one reason I shouldn't leave you here to fend for yourself!
You should. You need to help the rest of your crew, and I'm no use to you like this. Leave me.
I don't have time for this. But I don't think I can make it through this without you either.
Leave him, but we gotta leave though, because we gotta go. Leave him? No, we'll have to stay, I guess, because we need his help. I don't like Virgil.
All that matters is getting through this attack. And I need my medic for that. If you had a patient who was panicking, what would you do to help them?
I'd recommend some deep breaths. Maybe brew some tea. But deep breaths to start, I suppose.
What else?
I'd speak softly. Use a non-judgmental tone and try to project an attitude of safety and security.
Okay, so we're trying to help him. Okay.
Virgil, the situation is bad. But look at everything you went through to escape the UNN. Look at what we've survived already. And we're going to get through this. I'm going to help you. And then you're going to help me.
Yes, Captain.
Okay. What would you do next?
Well, first, I'd assess the patient's fears, try to get to the heart of what's keeping them in an agitated state.
Okay. I feel like it's more like he doesn't. It's more like you're afraid you're going to be found out because he's spent this whole time trying to get away from this. So I think it's more so that.
You're afraid of being captured and interrogated. Your fake identity won't stand up to scrutiny.
Yes.
Is that all?
Well, this ship is my home. Whatever happens to me, I suppose I'm ashamed and afraid to lose who I've become.
Oh, Virgil. I wish we could have seen more of him.
Framing the situation. Often it helps to introduce favorable outcomes, to concretize obtainable constructive
So think
force.
positively.
In short, yes.
Okay. Favorable outcomes. You can go somewhere safe.
Once we're through this, I will take you somewhere safe. Somewhere the OPA or the UNN won't be able to touch you.
That's a kind thought, Captain. But I'm afraid such a place doesn't exist.
I wish I had said the medic thing. Can I try again?
I appreciate your help more than I can say. I'll retrieve my hand terminal.
Oh, I feel like I got 2 out of 3 there. My bad.
Before you go, Anderson Station.
But we don't have time.
I know, but please, you must understand. I never raised my gun. I was there to treat the injured soldiers. I wanted to. There was nothing I could do for the civilians.
I know.
You don't. I'm sure you cannot understand the base cowardice of someone who merely follows orders. Regardless of what happens to us, I must know. Can you ever forgive me?
Yeah, not mine to give. I think that's a fair response.
I know what it's like to be manipulated into doing something terrible by someone you trust. But forgiveness isn't mine to give.
What can I do?
You already left the UNN. You came to the Belt, where you knew you'd still be in danger. You wanted to find a home. And you found one. Now you must fight for it. You still have work to do here.
Thank you, Captain. I'll check on the patient and be ready for whatever happens next.
Aww. Okay. How do we save the day now? 'Cause it's looking grim.
Khan,
Oh no.
are you okay? Looks like she handled it.
Okay, it's not her. Oh, did she kill him? Ah, she said last time she hesitated. This time she got him.
Took you long enough.
I blew my cover. They're sending another boarding party.
Almost here.
Oh, great.
You're hurt.
I'm ecstatic. You sent more pirates to kill. Drummer. You shouldn't have.
They'll send more this time. Good thing we already have a plan for pirate attacks.
Fuck yes.
Ooh, let's go. Oh, they're doing what her and her husband did.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
Thought you could double-cross us, eh, drummer? Take us to the core. Now.
Of course. I know right where it's hidden. There are no secrets on board the Artemis.
Ah! Eat shit, cunt fuckers!
You're done. Sorry, guys. Oh, get him, get him, get him! Boom! Yes! Another one! Get him too! Yes! Whoo! Oh, she used the mechanical. Oh, come on, you gotta be okay.
Are there any injuries?
Oh, great.
Oh my
Dipshit's
god.
here. Take my gun, just finish me off quickly.
Doctor, I've saved hundreds of lives, and you may be the most infuriating of them all. I'll save you too, damn it. Now sit down, or I'll tie you down.
Well, damn. I didn't think I could be any more turned on after killing those pirates.
Oh my god. They're too funny. I knew she liked that though. She's like, oh, you gonna tie me down? Okay.
Ready to evacuate at any moment.
Say, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm so dead. That's funny. That is funny. Uh-oh, what's happening now? Okay.
Arlen is in the cargo bay with the MK Corps.
Oh, we're gonna have to take him out for sure. He's done enough. Justice for Maya. But also, he's not helping. Damage report. The Artemis is still holding together. I managed to shoot through the nose cone without hitting anything explosive. Still, she won't be flying anytime soon. Oh shoot, so they're stuck. So they have to evacuate. Oh gosh. So they gotta get the MK Corps, get away from the pirates. And then they gotta dip. Oh god.
Firing at the Artemis was risky, but I knew the crew could handle it. They didn't let me down.
I like how they've all kind of gotten closer and have like found, you know, more respect for one another. They're like a motley crew, but they're really cool. Okay. Oh yeah, you better use them captain privileges. Open up these doors. Like, who do they think they stopping? Okay, let's go. See, he needs to give us that core. Okay. Oh, so it must have been him watching us on the security cameras. He must be like waiting for us. Oh.
If we survive this, Khan is going to kill me for what I did to the ship.
Yeah, she's gonna be upset. How do I run faster? There we go. Is it this? Can I do it this way? Okay, there we go. Sorry guys, I'm just played this in a bit, so I'm just trying to reacclimate. can still go in rooms, that's cool. I guess certain rooms we can't go in, they've locked them. Was there anything new in here?
Arlen is trying to save his own skin. Not if I can help it.
Captain Zapata, I have what you want. You've shot my ship to Filota, but there's no reason we can't come to an arrangement. I'm coming to meet you. Take the Artemis if you want. The crew are expendable. Just don't shoot when I leave the airlock. Wow. So yeah, he's really like, he's ready to just sacrifice everyone to kind of get ahead. And I can understand that they've been through a lot, so they feel like that might work, but wow.
Arlen's going to pay for what he did to Maya.
Aww. Yeah, I get it. This is my room. Has anything changed?
We're a long way from the Ceres docks, but I need all the luck I can get.
Oh, can we take it? Let's take it. That
Kept
could
me
help
alive
us.
so far.
Oh, cool. It kind of looks like one of those, like, one of the patron saints, kind of like the really nice, like the emblems. I guess they are kind of like charms. That's not usually what they're called from my knowledge, but a really nice one my mom got me recently. I should wear it. I also want to get some evil eye jewelry because people are just real crazy out here. Like, I need...
Virgil stepped up in the end. I'm glad.
Yes, he did. I need some more protection because people are crazy out
is
here.
tougher
But I've been
than
prayed
he
up.
looks.
I'll be alright.
He'll be alright. Minor vertebral fracture. Good thing we got you to Virgil. Ray, I'm heading to the cargo bay to deal with your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Do not try to stop me.
Not really an option this time. Just... He's still about to load us, yeah?
No. Not anymore.
I don't know. I don't trust him. Like, you know, I just feel like he might get up every time I try to do something. Always the same scene. No.
Minor vertebral fracture.
Okay.
Good thing we got you to Virgil.
Sorry, guys. Can't skip that.
Ray, I'm heading to the cargo bay to deal with your brother. Do not try to stop me.
Not really an option this time. Just... He's still about to load us, yeah?
No. Not anymore.
I mean, he's setting you up too. I mean, you got to read that transmission. Like, he's fine with you. He didn't say in there, like, you know, save me and my brother. Like, he's down for everyone to go down with the ship as long as he gets out. I mean, I don't really know where you really go from there with someone like that.
Arlen's reign as captain seems to be going just as well as expected.
Uh-oh. Notice from Captain Arlen Morozov. Since you, Pashanguelas, can seem to remember the new rules here, they are in black and white. Yeah, Rule 1. Bring all weapons and valuables for collection to the cargo bay. If not, you will be spaced. Wow. Rule 2. All doors must be kept unlocked for routine inspections. Inspections can happen whenever me or Bratna says I'm sleeping or I'm getting dressed. I'm sleeping or I'm getting dressed is not an excuse. Wow. Rule number 3. You must refer to me as Captain. Boss Mang is also Sabueno. Call me anything else and get put in the brig. Same with saying captain and then whispering another word under your breath when you think I can hear it. Like, okay, so he's obviously not great.
The attack must have come during dinner. Thankfully, people made it to their stations in time. Rayan, Khan, and Virgil all made it through this. Time to make Arlen pay.
So there's a way to get Maya to survive too, and unfortunately we didn't get that, but it wouldn't have been possible because I missed that medicine. I could not find it, and you know, it'd be different if I was playing, like, you know, I'm not making that as an excuse. I probably wouldn't have taken up too much time to do it, but because, you know, we're playing and we got a time, we had a crunch, you know, be busy people. I couldn't go back and find out where that was, and apparently it's hard to find, but it's like hidden in plain sight kind of, so I was like, you know what, it's okay. Okay, I think we're done, really. Just gonna do one quick walk through, because we came from here. Did we check everywhere? The med bay, yep. Okay. The mess hall, okay, yeah, we checked everything. Okay, time to move on. But yeah, like, I don't think I would have been able to find it, so... But I think I would have been able to save her had we found it, but... It is what it is. But I think he's watching. I think he knows we're in here, and he's waiting, pretty much waiting for her to come down. Girl, be careful. I'm glad we got to see the ship. I kind of wish almost there had been... I know we technically were on the pirate ship too, but I wish there kind of had been a second ship to explore. I think that would have helped. Like, even a throwback ship, like a ship from her past. Like, it's a flashback, but you go through this ship and you meet people. Like, I think that would have kind of helped. Just kind of break it up and make you feel like you still have, like, a hub world of sorts that you're still able to walk around and, like, interact with. Yeah, you know he here. He's somebody. He's somewhere. I would have my gun out, though. Not him freaking out. Oh no. Is he gonna, like, rat her out? Oh, shoot. Great. Dang it.
Came to shoot me in the back? Eh, drama?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're not having a conversation.
I want the MK core. I don't give a shit about you.
Still thinking you're better than me. That's your problem. That's why you lose. You turn your back on me and Baratna. Just like you turn your back on DOS and the OPA.
I wonder what she's doing. We gotta just get him to keep talking.
Yes, some people call me a traitor. But you were never even wanted. I gave you a chance, just like the OPA did, but you were too stupid and too crazy.
Enough.
Oh, I guess that didn't help. Get him! Oh, boom. He already dropped the gun? Come on now. Boom! Oh, I like how this is almost like the Maya scene, like the fight scene at the beginning. Oh, he's not even... Like, what are you doing, bro? He didn't even... At least block. Oh, no. Oh, did he break her anti-gravity? Shoot. Come on, girl. Figure it out. He's gonna probably lock them in there. Oh, get him, get him!
Now, we're fucking even now, got it? Now finish up with him and let's get the hell out of here, Captain.
I wonder what happens if he's dead. I guess he doesn't... You kind of have to help yourself?
She was more of a belter than you'll ever be.
Oh.
She didn't have to die.
Yeah, justice for her, man.
Why?
Oh, shoot. They gotta go. Oh, we're doomed, we're doomed, we're doomed. Oh no. Oh god. Oh gosh. Bad to worse.
Trouble with your crew, Captain.
I have the MK core. Put a bullet in this bitch's head and we can split the profit.
Oh, of course. Of course. Are you dumb? Who did you think you were negotiating with? Oh.
I wonder, Kamina Drummer, do you believe in grace? I do. It's what sustained me in that wretched cave the Indians locked me in. It's what binds me and my crew together as family. And this one, at this moment, gives me pause from killing you. When a weaker, pettier person will savor the opportunity. But grace must be earned. Convince me your life matters, and I will let you live.
Ooh, gotta say the right thing. Okay. Ooh. Oh gosh. Her thing is family. So I really want to say Maya, because I feel like the belt, that's family too, but she could be like, she's a pirate, she don't care. Justice, she's a pirate, so I feel like she doesn't really care about that either. But sort of, it could be Justice too. I think I'm gonna say Maya, because I think that's what matters to her, is the idea that you did it for something, like another person.
My crew member, Maya. She sacrificed her life for mine. Every day I live is about honoring that sacrifice.
She did.
Because you loved her?
Because I owe her.
Don't you see how we're meant to be together? Kindred spirits.
I knew it.
Two bodies in the same orbit. Finally we meet and you want to squander it all?
Yeah.
How much time have you wasted serving inadequate men? Or trying to fight every battle by yourself?
Oh god. I had a feeling it was gonna go that way too.
Circumstances set us against each other.
No, you would have killed me too, love.
I'm not victim to circumstance. Even now, after all the blood between us, we can seize this chance to build a new future together. You could have your own ship in my fleet. Name it after Maya. Use it to fight the MCRN and help defectors to the belt. Our buyer will make us wealthy enough that we can build our own system if we want. And make sure we are always protected.
Who is your buyer?
It's a private company.
There are no private companies in the belt. Is it Checkman? Royal Charter?
It doesn't matter. One rich J-Meng or another.
No, but it does matter.
What matters is what we do with it.
Oh gosh. What? These are our options? You're insane, you're a traitor. Oh god, I don't want to piss Tucson off, man. Like saying she's a traitor gonna piss her off more, so I'm gonna say you're insane.
You think you can trust the Inners? That they will hand you money and leave you alone? You're insane.
And you're a fool with no vision. Pity.
Captain Drummer. Drummer, this is Julie Mao. You've held up your end of the bargain, and now I've held up mine. All the pirates on board the Europa Spain are dead.
Oh!
Yeah, look, this is an open broadcast, so I don't know if you're hearing me or who else is. But your crew is on board, and I have the Artemis on target lock. If I don't receive a response from you soon, I will assume the ship has gone hostile and blow it to shit.
Ooh. Ooh, plot twist.
I'd offer you everything.
Yeah, I know, but you're crazy too, love. It's not about me, I'm a captain.
You have nothing to offer me. I fight for the belt.
Let's go, jump.
Ready torpedoes.
Look out. Come on.
Fire.
Oh, she let her keep the MK core because they want to destroy it. Oh, come on, drummer. I hope you made it. Oh, yay.
Captain Drummer. Captain, are you there?
I'm here. I'm on the hull.
She's alive! I told you she'd make it. Stay right there. I'll be out to assist you. You're safe now, Captain. We're all...
How did Julie deal with everybody? Like, what? That cracks me up. She's like, I annihilated everybody. If you want to come through. If you don't want to come, that's fine too. That was funny. That actually was pretty funny. And Tucson's just like, wait a minute, ho, what you mean? That was funny. Okay, Ceres vicinity 3 weeks later. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, they have the ship.
Are you sure we're cleared for approach?
We're clear. Dawes controls the docks. And he's decided to lift the bounty on me and play nice.
Oh, wow.
Now at least.
Captain Drummer. Drummer. We're almost there. Which means it's almost too late.
I know.
Did you at least listen to the message?
No need. I know my answer.
Look, I'm heading to Ceres because that's where my contacts are. And it's where a girl with some basic crunching skills can do a little good. What's there for you anymore?
Same as you. It's where I'm needed.
I know fuck all about the belt. But I do know the difference between a foot soldier and a leader. Just hear him out. You never know, right?
Drummer, this is Fred Johnson. I believe the last time we met, you were holding a gun to my head. But what's past is past. I think you'd agree. I understand you are returning to Ceres. I am calling to offer you an alternative. I do not claim to speak for the Belt. Any person who would do so is as foolish as they are dangerous. The Belt is a fractious, toilsome tinderbox, a graveyard of ideals and ambition. It is also, I believe, the last great hope for humankind. The Inners have forgotten how to build. Their focus is on killing each other and controlling Belters. I know this firsthand. But Belters are builders. We forge new worlds out of rock and metal. It doesn't matter where we came from or the demons in our past. It only matters what we can contribute right now. I know that you have suffered and lost, and that through it all, you never forgot what you were fighting for. That is why I need you here on Tycho as my partner for a new OPA.
What?
Come speak with me. See what I am building. You have much to contribute, drummer. Don't let it be wasted.
Damn it.
Do I gotta make a choice?
Change coordinates.
Yes.
Make them stop at Tycho Station.
Yeah, because she wants to help make change.
May I ask, what is on Tycho?
No, I'm getting goosebumps.
Let's find out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Let's be honest here. I mean, was that even an hour? What was that? Let me pull this up. That was pretty short. We're not even at an hour. We just had an hour, and I was talking for like 20 minutes. Wow. Ooh. Okay, let's go through this first. Talk about it after. Drummer saved Ryan. Yes, Ryan. I'm glad we did. Oh, Drummer stayed with Virgil when he was panicking. Drummer left Virgil when he was panicking. Virgil was too afraid of Drummer to seek her help. I wonder if he won't make it then if she leaves him. Drummer helped calm. Only 59%. So most people were able to stay, but only 59% helped calm. I'm so glad we could calm him down. 26% failed to calm him. Oh, I'm glad we could do it. 58% told Virgil he needed to make amends in the belt. Never asked. Oh, never asked. So I guess if you don't even get to that point, maybe it goes in a different way. Drummer arrived after Khan killed Tor. Drummer killed Core. Oh, I wonder how you do that. Drummer helped kill the boarding party with Khan. That was really nice. I'm so glad they were able to work together. That was such a beautiful moment, and I definitely feel like because you give Khan the cigar and you have those conversations, they were able to be in sync there. I loved that. The pirates never sent a boarding party. I guess if you just kill him, you do what they say. Maybe that's not what happens. Khan survived the encounter with the pirates. Khan was killed in the gunfight. Oh, that's so sad that can happen. I'm so glad Khan survived. Tucson killed Arlene. Rayan killed Arlen. What? Well, that's crazy. What? Chose to say Maya. We said 57. Yep. 26% said the belt. 17 chose Justice. Yeah, I feel like Justice wasn't gonna work. Drummer had to face the pirates unarmed. Drummer found a shotgun for her final fight with the pirates. Oh, interesting. Wow. That's so cool. So I like how split it was. And so I know that they have the DLC episode. I don't even think it's out yet. I may be wrong. But I know the DLC episode's coming out. So it makes me wonder if that was as short as that was. Is the DLC episode longer? Like, is that its own whole little sub-story? Like, how does that fit into what's happening here? I know it's based on a character who I think is in the show. So I don't know. I can't believe how short this was. I understand it was the denouement, but I mean, I don't know. That was really, really quick. I thought it was enjoyable. I mean, I thought it was this was gripping, like you didn't know what was going to happen, and it was nice to see it kind of play out, but that was short. That was pretty short. Okay, well, you know what? That gives us time to talk about my thoughts on the game as a whole. Okay, so, really quickly, what I thought about the Expanse as a whole. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I think it had some really enjoyable moments. I loved the kind of new elements that we didn't have in previous Telltale games, like kind of the space exploration. I think that was really neat. And I understand that. I think there's kind of a struggle between having things really be narrative in the sense that you're just going from one scene to the next scene to the next scene versus having hub worlds, having, environments that you can kind of interact in, spaces that you can interact with new people and learn more. Like, I really liked that in Twin Mirror, like when you were on that one street before the parade. I think they were having a parade or they're having some type of show. And you can walk around, you can go in the store, you can go in the coffee shop, like you can walk around to the monument. Like, I really enjoyed that. Like, I really like those parts of games. I know some people don't like it because they feel like when you're going back to like change decisions and choices, like you then have to go through all of that before you can go to the next place. And I can understand that. And I think what I've seen with games more that are more narrative adventure now is they kind of give you an out. Like they'll be like, let's say 4 things you can interact with, but if you want to bypass those and just like go to the next thing, you can also do that sometimes. So I think that's their way of circumventing that. If you want to enjoy it, but you're like, you know what, like I just already played this, but I want to change my decisions and see what happens. So I really like, I like getting to play in the sandbox a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Let's really immerse ourselves in this environment. That to me is so much more interesting than going from scene to scene. I did feel this was kind of like that a little bit, and it reminded me of The Walking Dead Last Frontier. Was that it? I can't remember, y'all. The Lost Frontier, The Last Frontier, The Last Frontier, The New Frontier. I don't remember what it was called, and I really liked that Walking Dead game. But the last episode, especially, you literally were just going from scene to scene, and it's such a huge space. And I recognize it was clearly they were coming to the end of just getting the game done and getting the game out, but because in that game you'd already played in that area, having to just basically only see it through the lens of just scene to scene to scene, it just was like, that kind of, I kind of wish it hadn't really been like that. So this kind of felt like that too. Like it's just scene to scene to scene, moments of Hub World-esque where you get a little bit of an update. But I kind of wish, I almost feel like the whole pirate section would have been better in this episode. Like you end last episode knowing like things are gonna go left, you're gonna meet the pirates, and then this whole episode is about like learning about the pirates, and then the final adventure. I know pacing wise, maybe some people would say that's not the best pacing either, but this where you literally are just going on the ship, you go through this and the episode's done. I kind of wish they'd added a bit more. Even if after everything happens on the Artemis, then you have the time to explore the pirate ship, meet some of the crew, have conversations about next steps, what's going to happen to the Doctor, what's going to happen to Khan. And maybe also it's because they could die too, so that impacts that. But I wish you could have maybe we could have learned more about Julie. Like, I think there was room for them to do a little bit more as almost like an epilogue before the ending. Maybe it's like they've all gotten used to each other and they're like, hey, we're getting some incoming messages before we get to Dawes. Like here's some free time, go around the ship and like talk with everyone or whatever, see how everyone's feeling. Like a tempo check, like a temperature check. That would have been like, I think that would have added enough to this episode to feel like it was like, okay, we've at least reached, a little bit of exploring, a little bit of drama, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of fight scenes. Like this felt like that Walking Dead episode that I'm talking about where I think it was The New Frontier. I can't even remember. I think it was that though, but I'm completely wrong. But anyway, I think that would have been a good ending. Just having all of those pieces. But unfortunately, this feels just like other Telltale games. Like this feels like they get to the end, the budget's kind of done, and they're just trying to like close it off. And that's a little disappointing to see, especially with the news we've recently heard. Like, and I get it. Again, the episodic, nature of these things, it makes it really hard and it's taxing and it's time consuming. I almost wonder, and I didn't play this game. I would love to play this game for stream, but it's not on PlayStation. But Tell Me Why is another narrative adventure. And it has indigenous characters, it has queer characters, has a trans main character, has like a little bit of a mystery with different gimmicks. I've never got to play it. I've only watched most of it on YouTube because I was so fascinated with it, and then I don't think it was coming. But that was like a 3-episode series, and it came out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I almost wish this would have been 3 episodes, but it would have been 3 action-packed episodes, as opposed to episode 1, episode 2 was longer, and then they're shortened after that. Like, I would have rather 3 concise, quality, like, just really, you get everything you need in those 3 episodes, and you feel like, okay, if that's all they could afford to make, I'm glad I supported it, because I really felt like I got an enriching, deep experience, as opposed to this feels like it's spread out and it's spread thin. That's what it feels like. But I still enjoyed it. I'm glad I supported it. I'm glad I could play with y'all, so thank you for the support. And yeah, I'm probably not going to play the DLC episode, I'm going to be honest. If it comes out and they're able to buy it separate, and because right now you could only buy from the last time I checked, it was you could buy the Expanse regular version with 5 episodes, you could buy the deluxe edition with 5 plus the DLC episode. So I will not be playing the DLC episode. I purchased the regular 5 because, again, Telltale was coming back. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, let's see before we really invest. And I think this is their first game, I want to say, where they didn't offer the option to buy episodes. I don't remember if that was with The Walking Dead Season 4. I don't remember. But usually you would be able to buy episodes, or you could buy Seasons Pass. And I usually would just buy the Seasons Pass, so we would just pay for it in advance. And even talking about that makes me miss The Walking Dead game so much. It makes me sad. Because I don't think they'll ever come back with The Walking Dead. And I don't think they should. Unless, no, probably not. But anyway, I didn't buy the DLC. If they make the DLC separate, like you can buy it for $5.99 or something, and I hear it's getting good reviews, I would be happy to purchase it, to support, and bring that to you all. But again, I don't even know when it's coming out. I don't know if it's out yet, but if they're saying it's only going to be part of the deluxe, I'm not going to pay for the game again to get that episode. So if they're only letting you purchase it with the addition, with the first 5, probably not going to play it, unfortunately. But if there's another possibility, I will definitely let you guys know, and I will definitely add it to our list. But now, the moment of truth. The next game we will be playing is, drum roll please, we will be playing Life is Strange True Colors, and that is the 3rd edition in the Life is Strange series, after the number 1 and number 2, which we played for streaming before. That was a great series. I mean, I really feel we dived into that series. Like, I really committed myself to that. That was an experience and an adventure. So I'm so glad we are finally playing Life is Strange True Colors. I really wanted to play it when it was coming out, but I wanted to save it for streaming, and then I was going through things with being able to stream and not being able to stream and like life stuff. So I wasn't able to do that, but I am absolutely overjoyed to be playing this game finally. I've never... please don't put any spoilers. I've made sure to kind of keep myself away from the spoilers because I want to give my organic responses to it. I did hear some things about it being short as well. Like, it's more like 4 episodes, not 5. That's what I heard. Which is fine. You guys know it's easier for me to play shorter games. I have a lot of other things that I'm trying to get done and trying to do, so it helps. But I like the idea of the 5-episode, kind of series. But maybe they need to go down to 3 or 4. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you guys think games that are episodic in nature need to maybe scale back to a 3-parter or a 4-parter, just because it just seems like 5 ends up being kind of rushed at the end and just tying up loose ends really quickly, and it doesn't always feel fulfilling. And I feel like sometimes, what really sucks is, sometimes it's not about it's the journey, but it's also the destination. If the destination isn't great, it kind of ruins that. I recently just finished a show that I was watching, and the ending for the latest season, they're going to do more seasons, but the latest season, it was kind of controversial, and I really was excited to finish it and get there, and I wasn't super upset about it, but it definitely makes you think about the experience, and it kind of colors it in a way that maybe isn't always great. So I think that I would hope that anybody doing narrative adventures at this point, that is kind of a point to maybe look into more. I think that's maybe an area that they need to kind of spend a little bit more time, maybe flesh out the beginning and the end, and then, it's different when you're writing something like this where characters could die and there's conditional characters and the story could change and there's like different branches, and that is a lot, and I can understand why things happen the way they do. But I think if they really, I would rather see a really great 3-part project that does really well, and then they have a DLC, either 1 more episode or 2 more episodes. I would rather they do that. And I'm not saying I'm saying I would want to pay more, but I'd rather pay for an experience that really feels enriching, that I can go to my friends and say, you need to play this. This is awesome. This is an amazing game. You will be missing out if you don't play this. Like, I would rather be able to bring that to them than bring something that's like, yeah, it's 5 episodes, but by episode 4 or 5, you're really not getting too much, and it doesn't feel fulfilling. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. I'll post this on YouTube as well as a question for the people. Like, do we need to see shorter games, shorter games that are episodic in nature, just so we can get, a fulfilling experience throughout? But I really do feel, moving forward, I see them moving to the 4 at the very most, like 4 episodes, or the game just, because what I've noticed with a lot of the narrative adventure games recently, like even this game, they're selling them, they're no longer doing seasons passes, they're no longer letting you buy episodes, and I think that's because maybe people are buying the first couple episodes and then they're trailing off and they don't get that ROI by the end, and that's fair. If that's the case, listen, the way things are in the economy, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not opposed to paying for a game that's all the episodes in one, because usually I play them with you guys, so I'm willing to make them episodic to an extent. And even if I was playing them in real life, I probably wouldn't just binge the game. I'd probably play them, you play kind of with Twin Mirror, we kind of experienced that, where it was like you play a bit and you see where the story kind of ebbs and flows, where you can take breaks. So I'm assuming True Colors is like that. So we're going to play it in that fashion as well. So if it ends up being 4 episodes or 4 parts, or if it ends up being 5 parts, whatever, we'll figure that out. But I'm excited. I'm excited to jump into it and see how it goes. And it's a game that I really wanted to play. And I think with it being fall now, Life is Strange and the Walking Dead games especially, I felt were very fall. Even Wolf Among Us was very fall. Just I don't know why. Just perfect for the fall. Very relaxy. I don't want to say they're cozy, because sometimes they deal with really extreme graphic stuff. But there's a cozy element to playing them and playing them in the fall. I don't know why. Maybe it's the gameplay style. You're just kind of listening. It's almost like watching a movie or watching a show that you kind of interact with occasionally. Like you just kind of input when you can, and when you're not, you're kind of experiencing the story. I don't know. Maybe that's a very fall feeling when it's darker outside and, feel a little just like cozy. Just need to be inside. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There's actually another game I wanted to play as well, and I was going back and forth between the two. But that game, to me, I feel like I could play that maybe in the winter, maybe in the spring, and it would still feel okay. But with Life is Strange True Colors, I feel like it'll feel great in the fall. And I say that, and then we play the game, and it's actually, the setting of the game is in the summer, or it's in the spring, or whatever. But I think it'll be a good fall game. So yeah, that's really what's next on the agenda. That's next on the horizon. I'm really excited. Again, still super busy with music. Please go stream How They Do, the extended version that is out now. You can still stream the original Grace Under Fire mixtape that has the original version of the song. That is still available on SoundCloud, Audio Mac, and YouTube. How They Do Extended is available on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you purchase music. And the music video is out on my YouTube channel at Zachariah Highgate. I highly recommend you watch it. I'm very proud of it. I think it's amazing. Rave reviews gotten so far, and I don't say that just to brag. I say that because I'm thankful, and because I definitely think it's worth your time to watch it. I like to say that the original version of How They Do is 2:50-ish, I think. 2 minutes and 50 seconds-ish. The extended version is 3 something, and then the video is 4 minutes. So lots of extensions, lots of new content to enjoy. So if anything, I would actually recommend listening to the original and the Grace Under Fire mixtape, listening to the extended so you hear all the differences, because it's not just that I extended it with a new verse. There's a lot of new ad-libs and things that I added to kind of enhance it. There's some special effects on there that were not on the original version, sound effects that were not on the original version, and then I would absolutely recommend watching the video after that, and I feel like you'll get like the full experience. And while you're at it, listen to the whole Grace Under Fire mixtape. I think it'll really help really showcase where I was at that time and how that's kind of translated to now. So please check that out. I would really, really appreciate it. I will put a tag on the video on YouTube, so if you're watching it there will be a tag so you can go check that out. And yeah, thank you for supporting me as I played through this game. I'm excited to hopefully, get some new supporters on here, get some people watching and contributing to kind of the conversation around these games. I think that'd be really great. So hopefully that's the next step. If you know anyone who likes watching gameplay videos, wants to support, or wants to check me out, please send them my way. Send them to the Zachariah EXP. But yeah, the next time you will see me, we will be playing Life is Strange True Colors. And I kind of want to do some demos. I'm kind of too busy to really do any demos, but we'll see. I kind of have changed the playlisting on my channel on YouTube so that we have a demos playlist. Before I was doing playlists for all the games we did demos for, and I'm like, but if we're not going to play those games, I don't want to send somebody to a playlist and then there's only like one part for the demo and then we're never playing the real game. So all the demos are on one playlist now, so if you want to check those out, you can check those out there. And in terms of when we're going to play, if we're going to pick a certain day for Life is Strange, I'm not sure yet. I don't know, I'm going to kind of get busy again in the fall, but I want this to be our fall game, so I will be making time for it, but it will be dependent on other responsibilities I have in my life. So I will keep you all posted, but it's definitely, especially if it's a 4-parter, I'm hoping it's not really going to take us too long to get through all those parts and dive into that. I think there's a really cool mystery element there. And that game also has some DLC. As of now, I don't plan on playing the DLC. If I really like the game, we might try the DLC just to include it. And if you guys are liking the game too, if you guys are kind of like, enjoy this, but you're good on this, you're ready to do something else, like, we can kind of move on. I definitely have the other game that we're not playing. That's in the queue, so that's probably coming next. And then I'm really thinking we should play another Resident Evil game. I think we should play 4. I kind of think we should play 4 because I want to play the DLC. I want to play Ada. I love Ada. That's a conversation for another day, but I love me some Ada Wong. She's everything. She's a baddie. She does what she got to do. She's a lone soldier, honey. She's a lone wolf. She does her own thing. She has her own plan. I think she's awesome. I love her. I love every game that I've played that she's in. She's a fun character, and I think she's really cool. So, and I've heard so many amazing reviews about... I've never actually played the original Resident Evil 4, but I hear amazing reviews about her DLC. So, very excited to play it. Excited to play the original game as well because I've never played it. So I'm excited to actually learn the story. I've seen snippets, I've seen death scenes, I've seen, boss battles, but I've never actually understood, like, how everything happened and what Leon's experience was. So that's another game in the queue. I'm probably not going to play that right now, but I don't know. I want us to play another Resident Evil game, so we will see. But I'm going to end it there. So you guys will see me soon to play Life is Strange True Colors. Until then, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving weekend if you celebrate. I hope you're able to spend time with those you love. And if you are, just spending it by yourself or spending it working or whatever, I hope that you are able to feel appreciated and supported and can feel thankful for the things in your life and that good things are continuing to happen to you. So that's all I have to say. We're out with the Expanse, but there is so much more to come. And I do still want to support Telltale. So if they do put out some more games, which I'm hoping they will, I will definitely be supporting those as well. So stay tuned for more from them, hopefully. And maybe we can start a discussion too. Maybe on my community page on YouTube. Maybe this can be an ongoing discussion about what's going on in the gaming world, how to support, what are our thoughts on things going on, who are our favorite characters, things like that. Let's consider it. I'm open to that. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night. I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great one.